Hi, and thanks so much for joining me. Today we are talking about not one, but two Guerlain Trio palettes, and these are the Terracotta Sun Trios, one in natural and the other one in deep. And I initially purchased this one and then thought, well, I think I want to see what the deep one's like. And I thought I couldn't lose because Guerlain bronzers have such a great reputation that I thought, well, this is kind of like 3-in-1. I can get another 3. So I thought I would give this a try. I've been loving this on the daily, but I'm going to try this one with you together and we can find out the difference between the two and hopefully help you make a decision about a shade if you're interested in this, because they look very similar. I actually go through a process where I'm trying to determine if these middle shades right here are the same or not the same because they look so similar. I'm going to do a try-on for you with natural on one side and deep on the other and give you my thoughts along the way. So if you'd like to see the try-on, please keep watching. I've got everything on except for blush, highlighter, and bronzer. I think I'll do half on this side and half on this side and see how it goes. Now, according to the directions I read, it said to take this shade and do a 3 shape and then go in with the contour after that and then the highlight color. I'm used to doing contour and then bronzer and highlight, but we'll try it their way and see what happens. So I'm just taking this Giorgio brush by NARS, and I think this is intended for blush, but I love it as a bronzer brush because, again, you get a really nice blended look with it. So we're just gonna go along the hairline. It's really subtle. I mean, it's really subtle. I'm gonna go under the cheekbone a little bit. So if you want really natural, this is a great one. I really try to get into that hairline with bronzer because there's such a distinct difference in color between my hair and my skin. And plus, when your scalp shows through like that, sometimes it's really light compared to hair if you've got dark hair. I'm gonna go right along the jawline really lightly. And it builds up really nicely. I'm going to take this brush cleaner and just clean my brush so I get the excess off of there. I'm going to go in with this one, the deep shade, and I'll take this bronzer color and do that on the other side. I really looked at these two closely together to see if they were the same shade because don't they look the same? I don't know, they're maybe slightly deeper on the deep. We'll see. So, oh yeah. It's definitely deeper because I can see that right away. So here it is on this side. Yeah, this is the natural and here is the deep. I do try when I hit the cheekbone to just kind of place it a little bit higher. Oh, I think I like this color. This seems more powdery too. The formula on this deep one seems a lot more powdery. And you can see, because I put a lot there, it has a very terracotta color to it, which I think is great for my skin tone. I'm going to try and take a little bit more product on the other one and see if that was the difference. That almost comes off as a blush color. Yeah, that's really pretty. I'm going to clean my brush again and go back to the first palette I was using, the natural. The natural is not as powdery. Yeah, not the same intensity. If I show them like this, do they look different? Let's swatch them. Maybe that's how I can tell. So here's the natural. Really hard to see. Okay, and then here is the deep. Oh yeah. Okay, now I see a difference. Natural and deep. Now I'm going to go in with a contour color. So I'm going to take the natural palette, which is on this side, and I'm taking my Ray Morris brush, the Ultimate Cheekbone brush, one of my favorites, and I'm just going to add a little bit of the contour here to the short end. Then I'm going to place it right under my cheekbone, and I actually place it a little bit higher, and I'm going to swipe. So you should be able to see that line. I'm going to just go like this in order to kind of blend it in. Went a little bit further in than I intended, and blend it. Clean off the brush again. Okay, and I'm going to again place this and then swipe. I think that is very much more pigmented too. But you can see it's got that terracotta hue to it as well. Oh, that's so pretty. And then it does, again, it looks like it's a blush shade. Those two work really seamlessly together. Okay, so cleaning off the brush again. Lighter highlight color with a Giorgio brush. This is actually a really nice brush for this because it's tapered on the end and you can get into those smaller spaces. I'm just gonna put this right on top of my cheekbone here. I don't know if this is gonna work on me. This seems really deep. It's like a, I don't know. Kind of looks like my skin tone. Well, let's see. Okay. I don't think that's really a highlight on me. I think that's dark. Okay. Yeah, that didn't highlight anything. That actually was a little bit darker. I prefer the lighter shade in the natural right up here. Let me put that on my nose too. So I also wanted to try the contour as a contour for my nose because I will contour on the sides. Usually I use a cream product though because I have more control over it than say powder. Sometimes powder is a little bit patchy going on, but we'll try it. I have this brush, it's a Sephora brush, and I don't know what it's called. It was in a set, but I really like it because it's very narrow. I'm gonna just dip it in the contour powder. I haven't tried this yet, so we'll try this together. And we'll put it right here. This is a natural contour. Okay, that's too warm. I guess it looks okay on camera, but I wouldn't, yeah. Immediately I would say that's really warm. It's more like a bronzer color. I go for a really cool color for a nose contour. And then, okay, let's try this one on the deeper. That's still a little warm too. Okay, I mean, I guess that's okay, but I would not choose that. I would not choose either of those for contouring this area. I'm gonna try the highlighter down my nose though on the natural. So here's a natural side, and then here is the deep side. What does that look like? I can't see that. This is the deep side. So this is what I'm going to do because after trying these both side by side, I really like the contour color in the deep shade. So I'm going to go back and contour both sides with this. Then I'm going to take the bronzer in that deeper color as well and bronze my entire face with that. And add a little bit more highlighter to the tops of my cheekbones. So again, I use the natural palette on this side and then I use the deep palette on this side, and my final verdict on these are, I'm so glad I bought this deep one. I thought maybe sometimes I go too overboard with bronzer because I like it so much, but this is a really nice for a subtle everyday look where you don't want your bronzer to really stand out that much, but you do want to do something subtle that people won't notice. So this is a palette for that. It changes your overall makeup, but you kind of can't tell what exactly is going on, but it's very, again, subtle. So if you want something natural that's just going to add a little bit of dimension and a little bit of color to your face and your my skin tone, this is beautiful. Love this. I especially love this highlighter color. Now, the deep shade, I think I finally figured out that these are not the same. It was really hard to tell. I mean, I was looking at them for a couple days before I decided, and really the swatch was what happened here, which helped me figure it out. This bronzer is beautiful. This contour could be a little bit cooler, but it still works really well together with this. And then the lighter shade here really doesn't, I don't know, I've got to figure out maybe eyeshadow maybe, I don't know. But I probably won't use that color, but I will definitely use these two colors and the highlighter in this one. So the highlighter in the natural and then the bronzer and contour in this one are really pretty. I also wanted to swatch these for you. So we've got 3 shades, the light, medium, and dark shade on the natural palette. And then we've got the light, medium, and dark shades on the deep palette. And then here they are, natural and deep, just so you could see the difference. between the two. Would I recommend this product? Yes, I would. Just make sure you know what you're looking for, because if you're my skin tone and you want something subtle, yes, but if you don't want something subtle, you're not gonna like this shade, you're gonna want this shade. And if you are, yeah, if you're a fan of bronzer and you like that warm bronzer, then this is it. Again, has that terracotta color to it. Beautiful, blending, love them both. Happy I have both of them. I thought it was a little bit excessive, but I'm happy I have both of them. So that's it for this video. If you enjoyed it, if you learned something, please give it a thumbs up and let me know if you decide to buy this or not and what shade, and I'd love to hear your feedback. So please subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time. Thanks.